Hello the channel, welcome back everyone. Thanks again for watching. Big smile on my face tonight. That's just because the hangover from yesterday's over. Needless to say, quite a few Guinness had on Saturday. Fantastic. So there we go. Celtic playing again midweek too, so get title parties and everything coming up now. So not going to wipe that smile off my face anytime soon. So anyways, we've got lots of stuff coming up midweek. We've got the J League special coming up. We've got Celtic playing again. We've got loads of other games, Spanish League and everything's on, so brilliant, absolutely superb. Did I mention Celtic 1-1 against Rangers as well? Fantastic. Anyway, quick wee review in terms of what's happening for tomorrow night, because it's going to be a huge one as well. Absolutely huge. Can't believe it. I'm not talking about the amount of Guinness I drank. So there's been some failures as well, to be fair, or some bits of bad luck with the DNPs and things. Not really picked up anything in the Premier League competition. John Stones, DNP. Liverpool no doubt concede anyway, so who cares? Champion, again, I don't know what I've done to Griezmann, to be honest. He's been absolutely Johnny Rotten since I've got him, but they're safe, so there we go. Godspeed, they're safe. Pick up a couple of boxes. Some reasonable performances, nothing really that good. Guy I bought for Heidenheim didn't play, but there we go. That's just a bit of fun anyway. That's just a bit of fun. The good stuff still to come. This wasn't fun, so was it the Standard Liège game against Westerlo? The Standard Liège fans were protesting against their own club or something and managed to get a game called off. So that was that team and that team snookered. This one got relegated, so it's a bit of a shame, but there we go. I'm not always that competitive in Challenger Super Rare, to be honest. Nashville Numpties played as per their name in season Cash is King. Didn't really win anything there. Again, this one a bit disappointing. No Macaulay. It's kind of hard without Play Sharper, right? But you know, need to do a bit more research, I suppose. 400 in Division 1 doesn't get a card. I mean, it's really competitive now, to be honest. So just one of those things. Patience is a virgin as well. So picked up a few boxes, so not too bad. As always, contender is the saviour. Fine debut for Will Dennis. I think I said in the last video as well, I thought Celtic would probably concede. So pretty happy with this result. I mean, it's hard not to be happy with $1,000, but Riley missing the penalty as well. Furuhashi, reasonably good chance, and Butland made a really good save, and ultimately picking a different goalkeeper proved to be the right decision. I think Celtic hadn't conceded straight after the second goal. They went on and scored a few more, etc. But that's the way the game played out. Other ones, all sort of much of a muchness, quite safe. And it's kind of good that way as well in terms of being safe, etc. Just think it works out a bit better when you've not got this up and down type thing, unless you're really good or really bad. Picked up some wee bits of cash here and there elsewhere as well. That's the biggest result in contender anyway. Under 23 Super Rare. Made a good run at this as well. So McCoy with a clean sheet. Nearly fell off my seat earlier there. Tier 3 Super Rare for that. Pretty pleased with that. I mean, Hogger come off the bench and get two decisives. Fortunately, wrong captain pick, but sack a manager from that point of view. K-League Special Weekly as well. I said in the last video as well, sorry to blow my own trumpet here, but I did say that Cezinha was a good pick at 46 cap cost. I remember the number and everything as well. Check back if I think I'm talking rubbish. So I didn't captain him, but it was a wee bit of an injury doubt, I guess. But in terms of he'd come on for the bench the last game, so was it going to start, etc. But pretty happy with this. Kim Young-Gwon scored an OG, thought it was looking a bit dead, and then scored an actual goal as well, so that was good. And in the limited version as well, we got sixth. So this was sitting two podiums actually until one of the sole goals got changed from an OG to an assist. So that didn't actually help me because this team was pretty rank rotten, but there we go. And also in the cap, we hit the cap 240 unique target, so that was pretty good. We never hit the upper one, or wouldn't have hit the upper one, so we picked the right target. And Also, we hit the cap 240 rare target and got $80 there. Kaki are getting a clean sheet, so again, wonders will never cease there. So really looking forward to the J League special. So I haven't really bought as much by way of rares and things for this, but again, like the K League one, we're talking about really awesome money for limited cards, etc. Your $1,000 for first and limited. You'll add a few entries, and then rare, we'll scrape something into rare, $2,000 for first. So brilliant. I think that's the only place we can start in terms of the preview, and then we'll break it down into divisions. So this is focused solely on the J League special. If you can get 5 out of 5 starters, that'd be a good start as well. I mean, J League midweeks are kind of fun, but also a bit unpredictable. There's some good standouts for me as well. So in Urawa, I've obviously got a good fixture. A few bundles up today. The lad Gustafsson looks as if he's been absolutely superb. So quite low mints as well. So quite a nice differential. So 1.71 expected team goals. You see, it's not quite as high as you see in some of the other leagues. I guess that would be the kind of frustration with the new regions. Asia in the past would have been J League, K League, etc. And now obviously you're thrown in some other leagues as well. But anyway, back to the J League one, and that's a pretty good fixture for Urawa. Kawasaki Frontale again, 1.64 expected team goals, only 36% clean sheet. Thought about a wee bit higher than that. I mean, they did go through a spell, been a bit tighter recently, so I still think that's quite a good fixture. San Frecce against the Antlers. The Antlers are naybugs, as we would call them in Scotland. Naymugs, but 45% clean sheet percentage, 1.58 team goals. Consadole, Sapporo, Wata, I don't really have many players there, but if you do, well, fair dues, taking your chance. Kashiwa Reysol against Belmari, quite an interesting one as well, 1.43. Aberex Nagata against Marinos. I think the Marinos probably are one to avoid. I mean, they've got these big Asian Champions League games and everything ongoing. You get the team right, fair dues to you, but they haven't been keeping many clean sheets. Then we've got Vissel Kobe, 1.38 expected team goals, but best defensive clean sheet percentage, 53.76, sorry. So quite interesting that I have got Vissel Kobe guys in terms of limited, and we'll build some teams at the end of this as well. Must say I'm really enjoying the specials. I know I've done pretty well at them, but I think I said that beforehand as well, and it's been worth going that mile and putting some money back into them, etc. I know also I win quite a lot on the site, but sometimes with some of those collections, just put a bit in myself and just played it for fun money. So I wouldn't discourage anybody from doing that, but just remember to have fun, etc. And you know that you're not always going to win, but returned a huge chunk of those collections and got them all summer now, so if they do drop a bit now, I don't really care, to be honest. That's just the way I feel about it. So clean sheet percentages, Vissel Kobe 53.76, San Frecce and Urawa, so it's pretty clear what the best sort of fixtures are, I guess. Machida, Zelvia and Chereko Azako, probably worth mentioning. I mean, Machida have been really good actually. Chereko were good, but got hammered by Vissel, so it's pretty open. It's such a fun competition from that point of view. It's just really fun. So anyway, we'll do the overall preview, have a look through the divisions, and then we'll start formulating some teams and stuff as well. So overall overview, we'll not mention that team at the top because they're not at the top in Scotland. Hope they're enjoying looking at the green there. Seen a lot of green at the weekend. So the top ones here, no real licensed players, etc. Not many licensed players. They've got Manchester City against Tottenham's 2.58 expected team goals. See, that's a lot higher than the ones you'll see in the J League, etc. Bodo Glimt, pretty good one for me, home against Tromso. Hopefully Evgen will be back. Hogger come on and get a goal and assist. Evgen, I think, was carrying a wee injury. We have quite a lot of teams that don't really have lots of licensed players. Barcelona against Almeria, Celtic against Kilmarnock. So 2.32 expected team goals, 44% clean sheet percentage. So you'll see from the previous stuff that's still pretty good, to be honest. So we do have a Premier League competition and everything here as well. Opened up, I think. Yeah, is the Premier League opened? Should be, right. No, it's just champion at the moment. Yeah, there's not enough games. That's okay though. Just no much point in just confining it to Premier League. So Manchester City, I think you scored. I think them Tottenham a few goals in that. To be honest, Barcelona again, Almeria have been pretty poor this season. Real Madrid, so really good fixture for them at home against Alaves. Ancelotti, I think, said that most of the guys who didn't play at the weekend would get a game, so it's kind of interesting. I'm hoping he keeps Courtois in goals. And we'll see if there's any real sort of news in that. But he did say he would get some good game time between now and the final. Don't think Luna needs a rest, but they'll just try to build Courtois up so they've got a decision to make. Girona, 2.02 expected team goals, not so good in clean sheets. Newcastle, Manchester United. Manchester United was struggling. Got quite a lot of other fixtures on. Marseille, etc. Atletico Madrid. Say a broken Griezmann, so there's no point in picking him. Sorry about that. Challenger. So a few fixtures on here. Leeds having the best one apparently. 1.92 expected team goals, I guess, with Leeds being at home. Norwich are up for it. Oh, it could be quite nervy. Portland Timbers, again, not a team I have many players from, but 1.81 expected team goals. Don't see many clean sheets in the MLS from, as confirmed by this. Minnesota, Copenhagen have got a few licensed players. Cincinnati, Atlanta should be a fun game. Inter Miami, again, are they going to go really strong, have Messi and Suarez, etc. And you'll be looking out for news there. Nashville with quite a good clean sheet percentage, all things considered, in Challenger. So, yeah, it could be a wee outside one, and they're really cheap at the moment as well because they've been rotten this season. But also Zimmerman's been in and out of team, and just the goalkeeper was rotating at one point. Mukhtar's just kind of not really hit top form either. So better, I think, possible from Nashville as well. I'm really biased because they've always been really good for me. And then Contender. I think the other interesting with Contender is that so we've got all these games on, right? And it'll be where you're going to play guys. I mean, there's I think Ulsan are playing as well in the K League, but the J League guys will predominantly all the new cards will go into the special, right? So if you're playing in season, then it's going to be pretty good because a lot of these teams like Bodo Glimt don't really have in season cards. Maybe some Hoga cards that are still carrying over. Basel, Lugano, they don't really have in season cards. The Chinese teams don't really have in season cards, so they're all more classic type stuff. So yeah, kind of interesting. Looking at, I'm going to be prioritising in season with quite a lot of my Celtic cards, and then expected clean sheets. Shanghai Shenhua, Thistle Kobe saying up there in Contender and in the special. Bodo Glimt don't really have many cards as well. San Frecce, Aberdeen, interesting one. They're in the bottom half. And Celtic, it's kind of tough game at Kilmarnock, but only a draw needed, and I think a lot of the pressure will be off now. So with no play sharper now, done the predictions. Get this on my Twitter. I've also been given information to some of the services or anybody that's asked me. I just want to keep these selections free until the end of the season anyway, and then we'll see what's happening. So Joe Hart, pretty straightforward. Taylor, Scales and Vickers, again, seemed pretty straightforward to me unless there's injury news. Got Tony Ralston at 80%. I mean, Alistair Johnson took quite a bad kick in the ankle from that red card from Lundstrom, which Kenny Miller thought wasn't a red card. Don't know what he was smoking. So yeah, unless there's news that Johnson's going to make it, I think it's quite, seems quite likely that Ralston will come in. I mean, Celtic do only need 1 point for the last two games and superior goal difference. Pressure's off, and there's a cup final a week on Saturday as well, and ideally I think Celtic will want Johnson back for that, so I don't think we'll risk him. Let's see, unless he was just really sore, but it was a proper sore one. They played on and then came off. McGregor, Hatate and O'Reilly, so I've put Riley, you probably can't see it if you're on your phone if you click on the link, but I've got pens and sets. So he's taken most of the sets. I think Hatate's taken a few corners from that side. Tim's in swing corners, but Riley on the penalties and the sets. Don't think he'll be off them after that miss either. I think he'll still be on them just now, to be honest. Maeda 95% was just, he just run about mental the weekend. It's just he's the Duracell bunny, and did come off for the end, so I'd expect him to start. Forrest 80% again, played, never lasted the whole game. Kuhn come on, but I do think he'll start. And Furuhashi again, maybe a wee bit quieter, but maybe slightly unlucky not to score as well. Butland made quite a good save from him as well, and didn't really pan out for him. But I think Celtic could have scored a good few goals over and above what we scored. Yeah, everyone hadn't missed that penalty. So anyway, let's start with the J-League special and let's pick some teams. So first and foremost, I haven't prepared for this as much as I prepared for the K-League one. So I don't really have a strong rare team, but I want to get a rare team in. So I'm going to use like as strong a cards as I can really sort of use. So Ozako and Araki, I think, are going to have to go in pretty strong defensive effort. Now the only problem with that is a lot of these guys are going to become a bit redundant because you need 3 in-season cards, so it's not going to be optimal this at all. I just don't think it'll be optimal, but let's see. So we'll filter this to rare. Ideguchi, pretty good fixture. The only problem is calling whether or not he's actually going to start right. That's the problem. Fujiwara, pretty good as well. So I think Fujiwara's been playing, so I think I'm going to have to go with him just on the basis that it's less of a risk. Gomez with a hat trick last game, unbelievable. And then Kota Takai came on for somebody who got injured, so that's kind of tempting to use him. He was away with the Olympic team, so not really great scores there between him and Ideguchi. Takai did come on last game, so that's kind of tempting. I'm going to go with Ideguchi. I'm going to go with Big Gomez to absolutely run riot again. I suppose I could go for Araki with the AA, but we're just chucking it in, we'll see. And Gomez was a 5er, right? So, Ideguchi was a 5er. This guy a 1, these guys have had, so no real regrets. Probably more interesting picking the limited versions because you get a bit more sort of choice there as well. And these are all in season as well. So Brandon Nazawa, don't know where he is at the moment, to be honest. If we could surface again, that would be good. I think we'll probably get 3 teams in here, to be honest. We'll just about get 3 teams in. So first and foremost, I think pick the Vissel Kobe one. Again, they've been rotating a wee bit, so that's going to be the frustration. Pretty good defence. I don't think I'm going to mix them up in terms of the stacks, etc. I just don't think I have enough strong options to do that, so I'm probably just going to run 3 stacks, which sounds a bit boring, but I think I've kind of prepared ahead of these fixtures so that I've got the better stackable fixtures, for want of a better word. Hatsusi, I think I'm gonna gamble and put them in. I just think that he never played at the weekend and on the rotation, which is hard to predict in the J-League at the best of times, but yeah, I think he should come back in. Could be talking rubbish, but there we go. Midfield wise, again, Ideguchi would be a good differential, I guess. Ogahara had a really good game the last game as well. So I'm probably going to play a Frontale stack as well and then just do something in terms of mixing it up. No doubt if I play Ogahara, then he'll either be rubbish or... Yamaguchi's played pretty well, but again, will he be rotated? It's a difficult end. I might risk Ideguchi. You just look at the rotation here. So he played well, then he was benched. So, maybe does he come in and get another chance? I think that Yuya Ozako is reasonably well nailed to play. And then I think we've got to play 2 defenders. I think just makes sense. I think with it being a good defensive type fixture, and we go with Hatsusi to have an absolute worldie. So I could put a 50 mid in here. So who else do Vissel have? Could go with Ogahara, could go with Daiju Sasaki. It's probably a better selection, right? I think he's probably more likely to play than Ideguchi. So There we go. I'll try and see if I can get some news. I'm sure everybody will be looking for that news as well before the game week, but yeah, that's what it is. So Frontale, I think Sagan, they could have a good game against Sagan. That's pretty good fixture for them. I don't know why Big Sai keeps appearing up here anyway. He keeps appearing up here with huge projected scores. I don't think he's actually done any huge ones yet, but that's kind of interesting. I mean, he has been playing. Will there be a rotation again? Omanami's been playing really well. I suppose fullback's more open to being rotated. Who was it that came off at the weekend for Takai? 2 seconds. Good old sofa scoring for pause. Yeah, so Omanami started, went off injured for Takai. Jesse L started. He's a really good player actually. Wonder whether he's coming back into reckoning because he used to be a really quite a good high scorer as well. What's his projected score? 65. Quite a good cap cost as well for Jesse L. Not been doing so much recently. That's the only sort of pain in the backside. Yeah, I suppose I'm just going to pick Sai. He's got a good cap cost and he's got the highest projected score, right? So kind of stupid to ignore that. Wakazika again been a wee bit disappointing. One of those things. Fancy him to score a few goals, so go with Gomez. Marcinho's not really been rotated, so that's kind of, you think, will they actually go on a rotation here? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with that. Again, I'm going to captain Gomez. Hat-trick last game, Sagan Toshu? Don't know where I get that pronunciation from. Sagan Tosu. Look a bit leaky to me. So there we go. We'll see. They'll probably hammer Frontale about 5-0 now. Who else have I got? Can I get an R team in? Who I could gamble on? Nozawa. Again, we're just chucking a team in now at this stage, so it's not really going to be hugely strong, but nice sort of differentials, etc. So play Jesse L in this one. Mikuru Matsuki. Yoshinori Muto. And Big Iniaga. Go for Captain Kuryu. I don't think Nozawa will be back actually. I don't know why he's so late coming back. I guess I could just buy another goalkeeper, right? But yeah, I bought him thinking that he would be playing. So that's the selections. It is what it is from that point of view. And we'll refine them. We'll have a look at the news and everything as well. Then we've got some decisions to make. So I've still got contender, etc. to do here. Contender, rare, super rare, limited. So anyways, these are decisions on my mind. Let's go through it. And this has been the real successful team. Now, the problem I've got here is that in-season cards wise, Will Dennis in-season but plays Celtic. And then in terms of having 3 in-seasons, Nicholas Kuhn hasn't been playing and not been doing too well. So I'm going to be sort of one like that. But I really want to play in-season as well, right? I really do want to play it because I think that it's going to be a bit weak this week. So I mean, in terms of like entries, there's only 5 people entered this so far. 5! There's 6 places paid. Let's see the classic. 18. So I guess I'm just gonna have to play it. That mean I don't really want to play Dennis against Celtic. What use him in under 23s? So I guess we're just gonna have to kind of go suboptimal. I actually had a look earlier and I thought, is there anybody else I can pick up? But it means I'm going to have to play Kuhn. Really don't hugely don't like this, but I think with that amount of people in, I just don't really see how you can't enter. Like, it's really a pretty good fixture, and as I said, I think it's a key factor to consider as well in terms of all these other teams all having like classic cards. I guess rather than Kuhn, I could go with Ida. I suppose there's a reasonable chance that Ida could start as well. He wasn't brilliant when he came on at the weekend, but or will Kuhn come in and then James Forrest come back? I don't know. What do you think about Kuhn? And then we've got a free choice here. So Vicker's been playing pretty well. McGregor's been playing pretty well. Will we keep a clean sheet? Don't know. Then we're going to go with Calmack in here. Then Matt O'Reilly captain. Yeah, I mean, I don't like starting somebody I don't think is going to start. That's my real problem here. I could play Dennis and hope that it's like a 2-0 and he puts in some AA, but I just don't know how optimal that's going to be as well. I'll show you the reason why I don't really want to play Dennis as well. So did start having a think about this earlier on. So under 23 super rare. I've not updated my players, so the spreadsheet doesn't know that I've got Will Dennis. So hang on. Again, whilst I'm doing this is a brilliant spreadsheet from Egal. So rare probabilities. You'll see some percentages coming in as well in terms of beside the player, and that's the predictions filtering in. So again, it's a paid service. It's not a free service like Play Sharper, but ultimately Play Sharper's going by the wayside, right? So, you know, it is what it is from that point of view. So yeah, there we go. As if by magic, Will Dennis there. So projected 35. That's probably based on the fact that everybody thinks, or the stats would suggest that Celtic should score a couple. So I do think that Dennis will probably turn up with some good AA as well, though. So yeah, I could use a Matt O'Reilly unique in here, so that's kind of an interesting thing. But again, it's against Dennis. Do I really trust Diouf against Marseille? So let's see what the score suggests. 42-35. Now you look at Dennis's scores. Like he makes a lot of saves. So yeah, I think from that point of view, it's definitely worth. I guess I could use Weigand Unique in here as well. Didn't realise we're actually a bit shorter defenders. It's a pain in the backside. Thought I was doing better on that. Maybe I've not thought about this enough. Yeah, I've got Rico Puig, etc. use in here. So I can use the I'll leave the unique O'Reilly out of here. I will use it in a Celtic stack. That's what I'll do. So got Rico Puig, got Hogga. FGN's a bit more of a risk, and then he's got Gobe Alvarez. I mean, he's got some decisives recently. Even if he starts on the bench, he can still opt for the bench as well. And Hogga was excellent when he came on, so I'm going to go with him as captain. I'll look out for some of the news on Weigand. I mean, he could easily be rested. That's the only pain in the backside, and I don't have many other defensive options. But given the restricted amount of games, I think that's got quite a good chance of winning something. And you know, prizes there, tier 1 super rare for first, good amount of cash, etc. as well. Then we've got All-Star, etc. So I could go in, you know, contender, classic, or I could go All-Star. Now you've got to consider, I suppose, all the different sort of prizes and everything here. So classic Division 1's tier 1 for first and $430. Obviously a lot less to play against overall. And then All-Star, we have 1,200, a tier 1 All-Star and a tier 2 rare. So I think I'm going to put my other Celtic team in here. I mean, just in terms of out and out wins, like I just think that that's a good call, and there's no in or out season requirements or whatever here, so I can just kind of go with what I feel like. So I don't have any scales left at this level now. Hatate never really scored that well last game, so that's interesting. But still capable, obviously. But could play Hatate. Could do. I think Hatate's more likely to do some AA. Furahashi's probably more likely to score. That's the thing. Johnson is kind of injured, so go with James Forrest. I guess then I'm going to be happy either way if one of them starts between Forest and Kuhn. I think Forest will get some game time anyway. I don't think there's really much doubt about that. Vickers been on good form. Yeah, I'll go for Vickers captain, I think. I do fancy Forest to pop up with a goal, but Vickers most reliable average there as well. Then we've got all limited teams and everything to pick as well. This is the only other bugger as well. I mean, like in terms of in-season etc., I don't have any Division 1s, so still $300 to first, right? So that's still really good, but I prefer to have a shot at the Division 1, to be honest. But let's do Hoodwinks Heart Attack. Since the Xenia got 100, we'll pick the Hoodwinks team. Yes, let's do it. Yes! Right. In-season cards. Joe Hart. It's got to be done. Taylor got a bit of a roasting the last time against Kilmarnock there. They kind of targeted his side, so not really a huge fan of picking him there. Don't actually have an in-season Vickers yet, believe it or not. I could pick the out-of-season one, but there we go. Matt O'Reilly. Fury, I think, is most reliable. And then I guess I could play Hatate mid-card, or I could play McGregor or Forrest. McGregor's really been at it. He looks up for it, so I'm going to go with McGregor. And again, it's a shame to put a team like that in a week like that into Division 2, but $300 not to be sniffed at, in all honesty. So it's going to stay in Division 2. It's not going to go up. Classic one is 325 and the Star, so there could be an argument for getting in there, but actually still got some other strong Celtic options, so I can pretty much replicate that team, which is a really nice position to be in. So I might go with Vickers rather than Scales. Matt O'Reilly. Don't have any O'Reilly left under 23s now, but that's not the end of the world, obviously. Used up Furuhashi as well. I suppose I could just run the unique in here. It's a bit of a waste to run a unique in a rare division in it, but yeah. If it wins, then who cares? I think we'll play James Forrest in here as well. Matt O'Reilly captain. Highest peaks and all that. Okay, still got all the limited ones to pick as well. That's been 33 minutes. Let's do rare under 23s. I like doing the rare ones. So we'll do the rare under 23s and the limited. Then we'll wrap it because you'll be fed up listening to me at this point. No doubt about it. Fed up listening to me. Oh, that's All-Star. Click the wrong button, prick. I've got 33 minutes in. I've not done much gloating about Celtic winning. I think I gloated a wee bit, but I think I've done okay. So there we go. Right. Well, Echo I've already used, so that's a shame. Patrick Shilter, pretty reasonable fixture. Zach Hemming, who else have been playing? Not really been too good, Simon, recently. Hearts. Mantle doesn't really appear up there. Jorgensen, don't really fancy him to keep a clean sheet against Girona. They usually score a few goals, so then go Patrick Shilter. Defence wise, all of these guys are injured actually. It's a pain in the backside. Juan Miranda's an interesting one. De Cesare. He's been playing a lot. Quite a high expected score there. Yeah, he's actually been playing. Interesting. Jan Couto been pretty good as well. Got Wigan Dreher as well. God knows what's happening with PSG in terms of playing Beraldo. I think I'll play Couto, to be honest, at home. And this isn't going to be that strong.